And I always look for what I call the big three in the waves. You're gonna run through waves and you're gonna see white caps everywhere. But as you're going along, you're gonna run into a set of waves I call the big three. You're in 4-footers, all of a sudden you're gonna be staring at 5, 6, 7. And you'll see it curling. And they tell you where they're at. You can actually drive right around them. Don't drive into them, you know. Turn left, turn right, do what you got to do, but it's so simple. If you're going that way and you're able to clip the 4-footers, and then you see the big ones, you just slow down, make a little bit of a left, and you can drive right around them. They're usually not that wide, but you'll see them over and over again. I call them a big three. It's a phenomenon. I don't know how it occurs out there, but I've seen it every time I'm in the rough water so often. And it's real easy to get around, but I see guys plow right through them, and there's an easier way out there. Turn into the trough. This is huge. This is a real huge deal. I've had some nose-heavy boats over the years. Anybody have a boat that when it comes over the top of the wave, it just wants to spear right into the sea? It always happens on following seas. Like when you have the wind on your back, it's the hardest. It's harder to drive when the wind's on your back because your boat wants to nosedive into the next wave. So how do you get over that? Well, it's a very dynamic scenario where you turn into the trough, even for one instant. If you're coming off the crest of a really big wave, you can feel it. You know you're going to come over. Your boat's going to slap and porpoise right into the next one, and you know, that's not what you want. So what you're going to do is you want to turn left or right. Left is the easiest way. Your boat wants to go left. So when you're coming off that crest of that wave, you just kind of let the boat go left. Whoom, it sits right down, and you turn into the trough, and then you can run right back into them. And you don't pound, you don't spear, and you can just keep on going. So turn into the trough. In the Classic I fished down at the Mississippi Delta. I drew a outdoor writer from the north, New York Times. He had never been in a bass boat before, and I was driving an hour and a half to Bayou Black to fish. And I'm like, this guy, he had his, no rain gear. He had his little notebook. We didn't have anything electronic. He had a notebook and his camera bag that wasn't waterproof, none of this stuff. But it was slick calm, and it was like 110 degrees in the shade. It actually felt good to go fast. So I'm running. And I'm going down the canals and passing all these tugboats, and they have these inland tugboats that leave these little tiny wakes. And I must have driven past 20 of them. And I drove past one, and I was looking at the bank. I'm looking for birds, looking for an opportunity to catch a fish as I'm driving, thinking about trying to win the Classic. And I passed another tugboat, and then I felt the boat kind of go down. I'm like, oh! I immediately focused up, and I had passed an ocean-going tug, which is a lot different from an inland tug. Ocean-going tugs leave wakes that are 5 feet tall. And I went down, and I came up, and I didn't know what to do with it. I was just caught completely off guard, and I was such a rookie at the time. And that boat went airborne, and it completely submarined the biggest wave coming off of that tugboat. And I looked over, and my boat was level flotation sitting in the canal. And I was middle of the pack, so all the other guys are laughing at me while they're driving by, because they all saw it and I didn't. But his camera bag was floating in the boat, his notepad was floating there, and he didn't talk to me the rest of the day. But I never did appear in the article. I don't know why. But
and the information Bass University provides isn't your basic run-of-the-mill fishing video. This is specific information from A to Z to help you learn, get to the water, and become a better angler quickly.